You probably remember, but in case you forgot. After the group finished mopping up Garrick's gang, they were told of a couple different enticing paths that would lead the group outside of Sundabar. Once they rested up at the second best inn, they went toward the market downtown to purchase some hats and tools to help them along their journey. The group was told of their newly found team name courtesy of Thalen Franzwaddle, boy detective extraordinaire. They also happened upon a map from Furry, the owner of the Wagon Wheel. And with that, the Green Cap crew said their goodbyes to Sundabar and headed on their way eastward toward Avalon. After one day of travel, they wake fully rested, the sunrise blocked from light clouds that cover the sky. So this is day 2. Again, people, you all had been told that it was about a 4-day jaunt. Again, you got a map. Not sure how exact the map is, but it's a map.
Seems pretty exact.
Is that right?
I think it had every tree on it. It was like 6 trees.
Yeah.
All 6 trees.
All 6.
There's 6 trees, and they're also to scale, so they're just fucking huge.
That would be cool. I like that world.
It takes you 1 day to go across one tree.
Instead of mountains, there's just giant trees.
Can we go to a place where the trees are that big? I definitely want to do that.
Dude, can you imagine how scary the ants would be?
Or the leaves would be like giant bed sheets falling on you.
Oh, that'd be cool. Free blankets.
You would die. Tim, you would die.
I would get crushed by a leaf. I mean, I would get crushed by a normal leaf, much less the bedsheet size leaf.
Oh yeah,
true.
we found out that Alistair's armor class is less than 10.
Wait, how?
Because
Look
your
at his frail body.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
yeah.
I am just
Checks out.
a skinny boy.
Why are you a skinny, tall, scaly boy?
I know I
am.
told you that he was like, prime age and everything, but he's
He looks
actually
pretty prime.
600.
Oh, is that old and dragonborn years?
Yes.
To be 100.
Cool. Yeah, it's pretty old then. Checks out.
Yeah, so I mean, you guys are on the path and walking towards Avalon at the moment.
I imagine that I would be walking next to Vargo, just because as of right now, he and I are kind of like, he's the one I know the best, so I'd be walking next to him. So I'm just kind of carrying him. I'm carrying Tidrin and walking around.
Like you do not have permission.
No.
You're a skinny, frail little dragonborn, well beyond his natural born years. You cannot carry me.
I'm not old, okay? I'm not old. So as we're walking, I'm just gonna kind of casually just try to strike up conversation whenever possible. Just, looking around, talking. I mean, it's after a certain number of hours walking together. We've already walked for one of the days, like almost a whole day. I'll be like, so Vargo, before I ran into you, I never really got a chance to ask you where you came from, because it doesn't seem like Sundabar is like where you were before.
I've always been around. I grew up on a farm not far from here.
On a farm. Okay.
Yeah.
So where's everyone else? If you grew up in Sundabar, where's the family? It didn't seem like you were.
My dad got kind of taken away to join the army when I was younger.
Oh, okay.
And
military family.
Yeah, well, not really. He wasn't trained or anything like that. But yeah, it was when I wanted to go instead, but I wasn't strong enough. So they took him, and when I was 12 or 13. And it kind of ruined my family because no one else really knew how to run a farm.
Oh, wow.
So I was around trying to make ends meet, and I'm trying to become, a better swordsman, fighter, so that I can take take my dad's place and he can come rejoin my family.
I've seen you training at night. I mean, I can tell already your skills are improving.
Yeah, I kind of half-assed my training until that happened. I wish I hadn't. If I was diligent with my practice, I might have been able to go instead of him, and my parents could still be running the farm together.
I mean, it's easy to say in retrospect, but I think I understand your feelings. I kind of in the same boat. I want to learn.
Yeah.
Where
are you from?
I've kind of been around. It's not really important, but I'm new to Sundabar, and that's kind of the big thing. I'm kind of new to this area, so I've traveled around enough but I never really learned the lay of the land very well. So
yeah,
trying to kind of figure things out. I figured this is a good opportunity to get more of the areas and to learn more stuff. Sundabar is cool, but it's kind of small.
Yeah.
Need to find more.
When we get out to Avalon, it'll be about as far as I've ever been from home.
Oh, well. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. This, and as I kind of raise my hand, I kind of summon a little flurry of snow up out of my hand. This is all new, I'm still trying to figure out what the heck this is, what's going on. I'm hoping that Tidrin will kind of guide me a little bit, and just trying to find some answers, figure out things, and like you said, get more powerful, train, and learn.
What do you think about these two?
Well, they're clearly more skilled than they initially let on.
Yeah.
I can say that.
Especially that cleric, dude.
She is impressive. Yeah.
The kid's kind of open about his skill set, but cleric, that hammer, wouldn't want to get between her and something she cares about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's kind of a closed book, though. I've been trying to figure her out a little bit.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough nut to crack.
But
I like them, though.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, you meet a lot of people, and there's a lot of sketchy people. But something feels trustworthy about these two.
Yeah. They're probably the weirdest couple of beings I've ever run into, and somehow they're the best.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know, just nothing threatening.
No.
I mean, I've seen them be threatening, but
yeah,
nothing that seemed threatening to us.
As long as they're on our side, should be all right.
We'll keep an eye out.
Yeah.
We'll give it time, make sure we can trust them. But so far, good vibes.
Yeah, definitely. What do you think about Indra keeping people alive after we fight them?
I don't know. I mean, I think people should get what they deserve. Those guys wanted to kill us.
They definitely wanted to kill us.
I'm
a little tentative to put people who want us dead back in the world.
Yeah, I understand that. I mean, I'll admit I'm not one to want to kill everybody and kill people.
No, I agree.
But I do understand that justice is the most important thing, and if they're willing to kill us, then they got to be put down.
Yep, it's just 4 more people in the world who want us dead.
I guess our best bet, until we figure that situation out, is just make sure that anyone comes in contact with us doesn't want to come in contact with us again.
Yeah, I did my best last encounter, so.
Yeah, I think we did a pretty decent job.
Yeah.
As you're finishing up this conversation, I'll say it's probably maybe like 3 o'clock. It's definitely afternoon. You guys have been walking for a while, and you come upon finally where the road splits. So there's one path that takes you to the left and one path that takes you to the right.
Oh, I want to be looking for like small farms to check out because I want that god pen.
Okay. So far, pretty much all you've seen so far. I guess make a perception check just real quick.
I would also be looking, but I was under the impression that it was further closer to the Royal River, so I wouldn't be looking yet.
Got it.
Modified 20.
Okay, you haven't seen any farms as of yet. It's been a pretty barren road. I mean, you see there are thickets of trees that end up on the left and the right of you. None that are like big forests necessarily, but this isn't necessarily like a prairie as much as it's just like a path in the middle of, between towns where there's hills, and you guys aren't just completely flat the whole time. You're going up and down, so you can't necessarily see everything. There's nothing that pops out on the road other than trees if they're there, or maybe hills along different sides of you. You have noticed this day, whereas yesterday when you were traveling there wasn't any thoroughfare, any people, you have seen a couple runners. So normally what you probably have seen already before is that runners are usually like young people, like smaller people that are just traveling between towns with messages or with small like mail type of things or anything like that. So you have seen runners going back and forth today, only maybe 2 or 3 in the first part of the day, but they are more so than yesterday. And so no farms.
Are these runners on horseback, or are we imagining like the male guy from Zelda?
Oh, yeah, that one.
Okay.
Basically just on foot so far again.
Okay.
Just make a quick intelligence check there, Alistair.
18.
So yeah, you remember that Sundabar isn't necessarily like a thoroughfare of a bunch of trade necessarily.
Mhm.
There are people that go in and out of there on a daily basis from what you've seen when you were there, but the runners that are coming this direction, you can kind of deduce that they are not necessarily, it's not necessarily important information or anything that's big, because it's just like these small things that happen in town, and basically just the way that information is traded.
Okay. Yeah, letters and news and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you all come upon the split in the road. One left, one right.
So-
Who has the map?
I
Me,
believe it's
left.
to the left. We had to head north, right?
All right. Yeah, let's go left. Is that about the right? Do we think that's about the right distance we've traveled? DM?
I guess make an intelligence check.
16?
Yeah, I mean, people have told you that it's a 4-day travel.
We're about a day and a
Yeah.
half.
But I feel like we've only been traveling like a day total because we didn't leave immediately yesterday.
Yeah, I think you left fairly early, if I remember correctly. But yeah,
Okay.
I mean, it seems about right.
Yeah, I think left looks good to me.
Okay.
Is there any difference in like how big the roads are, how traveled they look?
The one basically this is like a meetup, and the road that you're traveling on is less traveled than the other two.
Than the other two, like the one behind us and the one to the right, you mean?
So the one behind you is less traveled than the one.
Oh, either of the other two.
Yeah.
Okay. Looks like there's more people out on these roads. They look bigger.
That makes sense. I mean, Avalon's a bigger city, and
Yeah,
Dragon's
I've
Bane
never-
is huge.
I know Dragon's Bane's huge. I've never been to either of them though.
Well, this is progress. Let's
Yep.
head.
Probably end the day unless there's anything else that you guys wanted to do while traveling.
Hey, Indra.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, pull my finger.
Okay. I do.
As soon as she touches my finger, I go.
Oh no!
Did I get you?
Yeah, that was awful.
So
That was awful.
I didn't actually get shocked, just in case you didn't know. But seriously though, like, what's with the shock and touch?
It's from my god.
Yeah, that's what you said, but I didn't see him. I mean, how'd you meet your god? Why does he let you shock people? How come I can't shock people, for instance?
She chose me. I don't know why.
Hmm.
You could pray to her, maybe, if you want to. Try.
Ooh, what's that like?
Um,
Does she speak common?
I hope so.
I hope so. Otherwise, I've been saying a lot of gibberish to her.
It's quiet usually.
Oh.
She did give me these, and I show him the tarot cards again. I know he's seen them.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's It's like cards that you would use for a game. I've seen
I'm
those.
not sure.
You never used them?
No.
Oh, well, deal them out. Let's start with 5 cards each.
Okay. I have to shuffle. They're really hard to shuffle because my hands are small.
You don't need to shuffle them. You've looked at them, have you?
Huh?
You haven't looked at them, have you?
I did. You're right. I don't need to.
No, you should shuffle them. That's how
Yeah,
the fates are decided.
Okay, but my hand, it's so hard to shuffle.
Here, just hand them to me,
Have
roll, and I'll shuffle them.
There you go. Oh, that
It
sounded...
didn't work. They're
that
still
sounded-
here. Okay, I'm gonna do this shuffle.
Can I see this? Am I like watch like are you guys being subtle or
We probably just stopped, and I'm not trying to hide it.
okay, so like end of the day kind of thing. Okay.
Okay,
Maybe,
campfire.
or the middle of the day, and we just stopped. And
Yeah, I would say it's probably like 4:30. Still sun.
Winter, dark-ish.
Yeah, you haven't really seen the sun. You've seen it bright from behind the clouds, but it is still a little bit chilly. It is winter time. I would say Thalen and Vargo, you especially would know the way that like the weather works in this world in general is kind of the towns were created in like the middle of different weathers, right? So the weather changes fairly quickly when you travel, which is why, usually, especially with you two and the like farming and that kind of a thing, you focused on one or two maybe types of crops because the weather worked for where you were at. And so you traveling, if you were to travel from city to city, like the weather could change very drastically from one to the next just because of the way that the world works and the world the way it is. So if you travel from one town to the next, I mean, it's not necessarily going to go from winter to summer, but it's definitely going to be like it could be raining and pouring, and then 2 days travel later, it could be sunny and nice out.
So what's the Sundabar like kind of archetype of weather?
From what you saw, I would say that you probably hadn't been to Sunderbar before this time. And so from what you saw, it was fairly overcast, brisk, like a nice kind of cold. I'd say probably usually around like 40s as far as temperature in Fahrenheit.
Does
so
it
cold,
seem to
but
be changing at all as we travel? Like, can I identify if we're going up or down or cloudy or windy or rainy or anything like that?
it's getting a little bit warmer, but still overcast.
Are the clouds about as thick as they were before?
They are actually a little bit less thick, a little bit thinner, but still blocking the sun and blocking a lot of the heat.
Would I have ever come across just someone telling me what the weather is like in Avalon?
Probably not.
Okay.
Okay, Thalen, so you draw 5 cards. I'll show you a little picture here, but also kind of explain it. The first one that you draw says Awakening, and it's a lady that is turned like partially away from you, dark skin, dark hair, and also the number 3 at the top
and the
right of it.
suit.
Are we all watching
Is-
this or just them two?
I assume that they stopped and kind of sat and did this, so you're probably now coming up upon them.
All right,
and
I'm
they're
gonna make a campfire then. I'm gonna go out and get wood.
Sounds good.
The suit is Court of Dreams.
Then the next one is called Caring, and it's a lady with like a dress kind of a thing on, a shawl over her head, all red, dark skinned lady with a number 4, and it's the Court of Love is the suit. And the next one was called Repair, and it's a lighter skinned woman with blonde hair, number 11 on the right side there. She's got like her right side of her face is like ripped off and it's like mechanical underneath.
And that's the suit of Gears.
Suit of Gears.
Court of
Court
Gears.
of Gears is. Then there's a gentleman with like power balls coming out of his hands. Sorry, electricity.
No, I support it.
He's got no shirt on, looks kind of monk-ish. The number 5 at the top left, and he is the Court of Fairy.
Okay, and he has little horns. Is that what I'm saying?
He does have little horns, and he's got like
Okay.
a tattoo on his right breast
Okay.
that looks like a gear.
Okay.
And then last one is it says fun at the bottom, and it's a lady kind of looks like she's dancing, looks like she's got like red dreads on. Number 10 at the top right, and the court of fairy as well.
Okay. All right, so I got a robot lady, a pretty lady, a kind of scary lady, a dancing lady, and a horny shirtless guy. Do I win?
Do you win? Is that what you
Yeah.
asked?
Yeah. Did I win now?
I have a guy with glasses, a regular girl, another pretty regular girl, some kind of fairy, and a walking dog soldier.
Oh man! Wow, that's clearly a doggy flush. If I've ever seen one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess we didn't lay out the stakes, but you can have a gold coin. Oh man, he looks almost like Big Boy. Wow, look at that. Oh man, just a little bit more white in his beard, he'd be just like Big Boy.
I don't want to take any money. That's okay. We can just play for fun.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll trade you my horny guy for your dog.
Okay, but also you can't keep it. I'm sorry. I want to keep them together, but you can hang on to it for now.
Cool. And he gives you back all of his cards, except for the dog.
And I hand him the dog.
Okay, so Vargo made a campfire, and as you all, I guess, start breaking down and setting up your camp, there is a cart that starts coming towards you with some people that are on the trail that are coming towards you. Are you guys, I guess, off to the side of the road, or just like Vargo, where did you start making camp?
Can I go back in time and talk to Alistair about it, and then we'll decide where we are?
Yes.
Okay, Alistair, where do you think we should set up while they're playing? Should we go right off the trailer, maybe into the woods, just a couple 100 yards, so we're out of sight, but we can still find ourselves easily?
Are there dense trees here, or is it mostly open grassland?
Well, there's only 6 trees.
It's fairly open. Not really. There's no cops or anything like that nearby. It's mostly there's trees here and there, but nothing that would stop people on the road from seeing you.
I think realistically, most of the road is fine. We're gonna keep a watch either way,
Yeah.
So.
Well, we just go 40 or 50 feet off the path, I guess.
Sounds good.
When we're done playing, I'll help with camp stuff.
Cool. And now it's probably rounding out about 5 or so.
If there's people coming, I'm gonna keep an eye and just kind of see what's up. If they have a cart, if they're have wares. Now that we're on more of a main road.
Yeah, and just a heads up, they're coming the opposite direction that you are. So they're not coming from behind you, but they're coming from in front of you.
Okay. I stow Tidrin away in my cloak.
I'm just gonna be ready with my sword, kind of hand on the hilt, but not menacing, just prepped.
And how far off the road are you all?
30 or 40 or 50 feet, something like that.
Okay.
I'll stay crouched by the fire, but I see the people.
Sounds good. It's not a very big cart. It's 1-horse cart, could probably hold 3 people in it. You see 3 people walking outside, one of them in the front, 2 to the sides, and then you don't know how many are necessarily in the cart. It's covered, but as they kind of come near you, they halt, and one of them comes over to see you. And as he gets closer, he says, hello. Do you mind if I come to your fire?
What is he?
He's a human.
A human, huh?
What does he look like? Does he look raggedy?
No, he looks nice. I mean, he looks fairly nice clothing. He looks actually a little bit fancy, not necessarily like a noble, but nice clothing. Pale man that you can't really see much distinction because he was you can tell he's kind of just trying to be respectful and not charge into your camp.
Don't
there.
really.
What can we do for you? And I start kind of trying to meet him halfway rather than let him go away to the camp.
Yeah,
hi there.
I want to go with him.
Sounds good. I am Katagar. It is nice to meet you. I just wanted to come by. We traveling along on our way to Sundabar and beyond, and we are, he's looking up at the sun. He's like, we're probably going to be making camp here fairly soon also, and I was wondering if we might join you. We're traveling troop and
A troop?
adventurers, and wouldn't mind meeting some new traveling friends.
How many are you?
There's 5 of us. You can see over there is Ott and Bennett, and there's also Bia and Leon in the cart.
Does he seem trustworthy? Does he seem shifty?
Well, they met him like halfway-ish. Did you follow, or did you stay by the fire?
I stayed by the fire.
I would say, he just walked up. I don't know if you could
Okay.
hear him necessarily or anything like that, because they said they're 50 feet off, so they're 25 feet, and he's yelling towards you. He's just talking to these two.
How far is 25 feet? Just for me, who is bad at knowing those sorts of.
The length of your apartment.
That's about like 10 feet.
That's 10 only?
I don't know, maybe more than that.
Because you are 6.5 feet tall.
Why are we arguing about this?
I'm
It's
not
4
trying to
Kyle.
argue.
There's
fine with
4
not-
Kyles laying on the ground, head to toe.
Got it.
Imagine 25 rulers.
Nope.
Okay, cut a ruler in half and imagine 50 of those.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. All right. Can I like step back?
You say a troop. What, like performers?
A troop, yeah. And he like points back at him and he says, "Yeah, we started off as a troop, but now we're adventurers. We call ourselves the Sound Guardians. Have you heard of us?
Yeah.
You
Yep.
have.
Yep.
We have now.
Oh, now. Well,
Yeah.
I'll take that. Again, why I came over here and ask is because we're trying to build our name and adventure, and it's always nice to meet new people. And being a traveling troupe, we always are happy to play for you and just meet new.
Well, let us go check with our compatriots.
Of course.
detective.
I apologize if I'm intruding on anything.
No, absolutely not. Appreciate you approaching us with caution, and we'll be right back. We're just gonna go chat with them.
So on the walk, as we walk back, like as soon as we're like 8 feet away, I'm just gonna be leaning out. Okay, so what do we think about this?
I think he's corny, but he seems nice.
Yeah, adventurers.
The Sound Guardians.
I'm feeling like not too threatening a vibe, but they do have
No.
numbers on us, so that's
Yeah,
always
and if
concerning.
they're adventurers, quote unquote, they probably, know what they're doing a little bit. So I think we've got to be cautious.
I think even if we bunk down near them, we keep one of us
Yeah.
awake.
Yeah, don't let
On
just
all
them
watches.
be on guard for sure.
Okay. Well, let's
For
talk to
sure.
their two and see what they think.
Yeah.
So, Thalen,
Hey,
what
guys.
are you doing at this time, or are you still around the fire with?
Are they playing cards?
Indra?
Doing their tarot cards?
Yeah, I'm walking around with the dog card. And I'm just like looking at it and like kind of talking to it under my breath.
Hey, Thalen, what's that?
Huh? What?
What's that? What do you got?
This? Oh,
Yeah.
It's a really cool dog card.
Oh, that's pretty
Look.
cool.
Yeah.
What's
I
its
think
name?
so.
Do you have a name?
Oh, well, I mean, this is Big Boy.
Big Boy. Okay. Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
obviously.
Good name. Good
I
name.
mean, you wouldn't know, but this is Big Boy.
You mean? Yeah, you're right. I wouldn't know. Anyway.
Yeah.
Cool.
Anyway.
So you see that guy back there who we talked to?
Yeah.
Am
So
I
he
a
wants-
part of this conversation at
Yeah,
all?
we're
Am I
back in
not?
the-
Yes, you are,
Yeah.
Indra.
Yeah. Hi, Indra. Welcome. So they want to kind of hang out with us tonight, and they're like a traveling adventure group, kind of like what we've turned into.
Oh,
But they've got one more person than us, so I don't know if you guys want to trust them, or if you just want to tell them to get a little further away, or what you
Oh.
want to do. What do you guys think?
Are they wearing matching hats?
Are they wearing matching hats?
Yeah.
They are not wearing matching hats.
They're not. Should we put ours on to show
Is yours not on there?
I feel like-
Marco?
I don't think so. I think I took mine off only for special occasions when we wanted to show out,
Yeah, I think this might be a time for formal dress.
Yeah. If we're going crew v crew, we might want to show up,
Yeah. They
All right.
won't get the whole green cap crew thing unless we wear a green cap. So I'm
Right,
gonna go ahead
I
and just
forgot.
put mine on real
We
quick.
forgot
Yeah.
to introduce ourselves as the Green Cap crew, so that'll be a good effect when we finally do.
Yeah, that'd be good. I don't know. I trust your judgment. They seem nice enough. They didn't come and barge in on us, right? And they're being nice and asking
Yeah.
first. And
Yeah.
they're travelers like us. And yeah, I think that'll be okay.
What do you think?
What do you think,
Indra?
Indra?
Are they going to be okay with me?
What do you mean?
If they're not okay with you, then they're not okay with us.
Then they can take a hike.
I still haven't stood up all the way. I'm still crouched by the fire.
If they can't, I mean, no offense, but Alistair is pretty a sight in his own right. And if they're not okay with you, then they can get the hell away from us. I'm not concerned about that.
I'm not worried about the numbers. I'm okay with it.
As long as your hammer's on our team, I think we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Did Indra laugh?
Yeah.
I imagine Indra laughing is like one single loud exhale. Just like All right, well, we'll let them know. Do we want any like caveats or any like maybe you stay on that side of the fire, or maybe we want to be closer to the road in case we need to get out of there quicker or anything, or just let them do whatever they want?
I think we just play it by ear. They haven't done anything threatening thus far.
Yeah, you're right.
Do you think they would take us to Avalon so we didn't have to walk?
Well, they're coming from Avalon.
Oh.
So
Yeah, either way. So I think it's
and that
just
cart
passing them.
would fit maybe us two or one of Alistair or Indra. I don't think that's our group sized. But yeah, we'll bring them over. They seem nice enough.
And I'll just kind of like raise my hand and kind of give him the wave.
And he was kneeling down and kind of just like playing with the dirt or whatever. He like sees you and he like jumps up excitedly and like to his crew to tell him that it's good to go. He kind of starts leading the horse, and two more people hop out of the back and they come upon you. And just to kind of give your first impression of him. So Katagar, the pale, finely dressed, handsome man. There's another man who's in a little bit more armored, I guess I would say, and he's got a sword on him.
What's his name?
That's Bennett. There is a dwarven lady, pretty and young, that has a set of bongo drums kind of on her back. A gentleman, larger, Leon, who, as he's coming up, doesn't like really meet your eyes, seems fairly shy. And then there's Bia, one of the people who came out of the cart. And this is a dragonborn lady. Looks not necessarily very similar to Alistair, has red scales and much thinner face. Thinner as in less broad. I mean, she's similar in build, I guess, to Alistair in the sense of neither of them are jacked, but she is just thinner, and you can tell that she's a female.
The dwarf lady's name is Ott.
Ott. Oh, thank you all. I really appreciate you inviting us over to your fire. I mean, we have some food in the back of the cart there, and we have our horse here. If you need anything to like go to a source of water or anything like that, but ours is yours. And he introduces each of them to you.
What was the dwarven lady's name?
Ott.
Ott. A-U-T?
Whatever
Doesn't
you want
matter.
to say. Yeah.
All right, X.
I did OTT, but whatever.
All right.
I'll stand up now. I'm standing.
Okay. None of them flinch, like when you stand up or anything like that. Again, they seem like a diverse group too, with a dwarf and a dragonborn. The rest of them are human.
What's your horse's name?
We don't have a name. We actually just got this horse in Avalon, and we haven't blessed it with a name yet. We've kind of gone back and forth with a couple different names, but we're trying to think of something that kind of goes with the Sound Guardians, right? Like we kind of just we've been together for a while, and we figured we needed an adventuring crew name, and we just came up with it in Avalon. And when we got this horse, we figured this would be like our, I don't know, I guess our first hurrah out and about with this guy. So we don't have a name for him yet. Do you have any good ideas?
Well, I haven't met the horse. Can I go talk to it?
Definitely. Go at it.
I go talk to the horse. Hey,
is it a boy
horsey?
horse or a girl horse?
Yeah, I checked to see if it's a boy or a girl horse.
Animal handling.
Yeah, because you've been on a farm. It's a male horse.
Great. Hey, horsey guy, how you doing? And I go up and I pat his nose.
It doesn't seem taken aback or anything.
Okay.
Okay.
I try and pick up his front foot.
Make an animal handling check.
I'm gonna walk up slowly behind Thale and just keep an eye on him.
All right, that's going to be a 15.
Okay. It takes a step back, doesn't attack or anything like that, but as you like kind of try and lift his foot, it lifts because it's stepping away from you.
Okay.
But doesn't attack or doesn't do anything, doesn't nudge you, but just like seems like it doesn't want its foot picked up.
And I go, okay. And I
What do you
look at
think,
him.
Thalen?
I'm still meeting the guy. He's a
Yeah.
little shy.
He
Hey,
is.
shy guy. What's your name? My name's Thalen Franzwaddle, boy detective. And I listen real good
Extraordinaire.
for whatever horsey sound he makes.
Hmm.
Mm. 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 All right. That's a good boy right there. I go back to the main guy. Excuse me, sir.
And he's like kind of not necessarily like giving orders, but kind of like telling people where to like set up camp and that kind of a thing. Hey, yeah, what can I do for you? Is Thalen, right? Is that what you said?
Yep, that's my name, Thalen, boy detective extraordinaire. Esquire. So I was talking to your horse. He's kind of shy.
Is he now? I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. But he did indicate to me what his name would be.
Yeah. What? Can you? Are you? What is it called? What is it called? What is it called? Bea, what is it called when there's a guy who can talk to animals again? And she calls back. A druid. Oh yeah. Are you a druid?
Oh no, I like to talk to animals. So I think his name is Clip Clop.
I will add that to the list.
Oh, DJ Clip Clop.
Like it's spelled that way? Like is silent DJ or?
No, DJ, like drum jockey, because you guys play drums, clearly.
Oh, you hear that? Our horse plays drums. Awesome.
I was thinking baritone.
Ooh.
That is a good one. Baritone. Oh, wow, I should definitely. He like goes over and he's talking to Leon, who takes out like a big notebook and he like starts writing things down from what Katagar is saying. So Katagar and all of the other people kind of have set up camp, start like trying to gather some like wood and things like that would be helpful for the campfire.
I will cook for everyone.
Okay. I would say that Bea is actually very interested in what you're cooking and how you're cooking it.
I will cook with Bea.
Okay. I guess Bea would start up a conversation with you. So what are you making there? What you got?
I'm just making stew.
Stew. Oh, and is it so? Did you all come from Dragonsbane, or where were you at?
Oh, we were all in Sundabar.
Sundabar. That's wonderful. That's actually the direction that we're heading.
I just kind of scooch up and like try to be a part of the conversation. Just I don't say
And
anything at first. I just kind of
she's
like
totally inviting. Like she kind of like opens up and is now talking about.
Is that the Dragonborn?
That is.
Okay.
She actually has two things on her back. One is like a bow that's slung over, and then a lute as well. She's kind of talking and saying, "Oh yeah, Sundabar. That's where we're headed. I think we're going to be heading to Sundabar. Then we're going to be continuing west towards the sea. I think we might try." Katagar has the idea of wonderful sailing and that kind of a thing, and so we kind of all follow him. He's kind of an electric personality and a good man. So. He's so far hasn't led us astray. We've been together for a while now as a troop, and we all kind of decided recently to join the adventuring life, I guess. And that's why we had Bennett join us here. And she points over to the guy who's a little bit more armored with a sword, and he's kind of just like brandishing a short sword over by himself, not really talking much. But yeah, so how do you cook the stew that you're making? And then she just...
I show her all my good cooking skills.
Cool. She's very invested in that. Wow.
So any opportunity, I kind of just like try to ask her about herself and where she's from. So, Bea, so you guys are from Avalon, or is it just you guys traveled through there, or?
Yeah, we traveled through there, and she's like kind of trying to help cook, so like stir when you let her and that kind of a thing while she's talking with Alistair. Yeah, we're not all from Avalon. We're just traveling through. We have been all over. I mean, we're all from different places. I'm from Calamira, actually, up northeast, but I haven't been there in a lot of years now. Again, we've been as a troop together for a while, so we've been traveling all over the place. But it's been a good time. There's a good group of people here, and I think Bennett will be a good addition. He's a nice guy, a little bit quiet at times.
Okay. So your family from Calamira, or you?
My family is from Calamari. It's where they are. It's my parents and my little sister. At least last time I checked, they were there. I haven't been back in a while now, but that's where they were at. And yeah, they're good people. I didn't want to leave them, but I felt like Calamira wasn't the best place for me to shine with my loot. I did as much as I could there, and then figured traveling was the next best option.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I get that. I just, I guess I was surprised to see another Dragonborn out on the road. I haven't seen too many.
Oh, really? Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't see too many either. I think, especially coming from Avalon, Dragonsbane, and in the bigger cities, you kind of forget what's normal and what's not. I mean, there's so many people. Like, it's insane how big those places are, and it's different from a small town like where I'm from. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm sure you'll see plenty more as you get closer to the bigger cities.
Is Calamira on the coast, or is it more inland?
Are you asking that of her?
Well, I don't really know the area, so I'm asking.
And she like looks at you kind of odd and is like, "Yeah, it's northeast. I mean, not a coastal city, just northeast."
I'm new, so I'm trying to get a lay of the land.
New to Avalon, to
Yeah, to this coastal region, and I don't really know how the coast travels, so I didn't know if the city I hadn't heard of was on the coast or not.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. Calamir is northeast. We're pretty far from the sea.
Oh, okay. Cool. And I kind of just let them kind of do their thing after asking a few questions.
Yeah. So I guess what they're all doing is Katagar is just chatting up anyone that'll listen to him, talking at Leon mostly. Leon isn't much of a talker, it seems like, but Ott's over to the side. Still in listening distance and will yell over a deep voice just to be a part of the conversation, but she's mostly kind of like messing around on her drums and off on the other side, whereas Bennett is kind of just sitting on him on his butt on the ground, brandishing stuff and listening and not talking much.
That was Bennett who's not talking much?
Yeah, Bennett is just on the ground. He's the one with the armor.
Got it. I'm going to approach Bennett.
Hello, sir.
Hello, I noticed you're carrying a sword. I'm quite the swordsman myself. And I go pat, 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 pat.
Oh, really? What do you got there? What kind of sword? And he pulls out his sword. And it's just a pretty standard long sword. One that could be, it's like a 1.5, so he can use two hands or one-handed. What do you got there?
Just a run-of-the-mill rapier. Nothing too fancy for me yet.
Oh, rapier, huh? I'm a little bit light for my taste, but
yeah, I'm kind of a dancer.
A valid weapon. Do you care for a spar?
I love one. I was going to ask you.
I would love to as well. And he takes you to the side and walks you over and roll initiative.
17.
He got a 19. So as he sets up, he's like, okay, so what's the rules here? Let's say first to 4 hits.
Sounds good.
And I guess the way that this will work for just game mechanics wise, you'll roll back and forth. It's not, you can kind of flash it up a little bit, but for the most part, it's just going to be rolling against each other's AC, and the first person to 4 wins.
Sounds good.
You won't really take any damage necessarily. You'll roll for damage, but you don't take it necessarily, just to see how good of a hit it would be, I guess, or where you would hit them.
Cool.
Okay, so he swings at you, and he has a 7.
No hit. So I flick it away and kind of dance back a couple feet. And then I'm going to lunge at him, blade, pointy stick, but not obviously not trying to hurt him.
Right.
But 21.
That'll do it. That'll hit. And roll damage.
7.
Oh, damn. So you strike is true. It's right at his heart. You pull back before it hits there, but it was like he went to go block it, but couldn't get to it fast enough with his bigger sword as he was holding it with two hands. And backs away and is like startled that you got to him so quickly. But he backs away and then keeps coming at you. And just the way that he moves, you can tell. Actually, just roll a perception check real quick.
Okay. And just so you know, as DM, I get +2 to all my attacks. So if I get like a 7, I rolled a 5 and then I got +2.
Yeah. Well, we're still counting the +2.
Yeah, I'm just making sure you're aware. 17 perception.
Okay, you see kind of like his method of moving and attacking is all offensive. He's
Okay.
not much of a defensive guy. Even like when you swing at him, he is lunging towards you at the same time. So
Gotcha.
he rolls again one at you, and that is a 22.
That'll do it.
And he does 3. So as he comes at you, he kind of does a large swipe that goes right towards your midsection and would have been all right hit. Go ahead and right back at him.
13.
That won't hit, so you hit him, but he's on his way in towards you, so it glances off his shoulder as it wouldn't do any damage, and then he comes swinging back at you for 6, so I guess that'll miss.
Negative.
All right, back to you.
So I kind of like glance off him and can obviously tell he's already coming and kind of like I imagine I swiped at his right side and he's kind of leaning into me, so I step further right and he kind of barrels past me a little bit, and then I turn around and swing at his back and get a 16.
That will do it.
So just kind of like tap him in the back on his way by for 9. So pretty solid, like thunk on the back of his plate or his armor.
As he gets hit in the back, he stumbles forward and turns, swinging like without looking, swings like towards your feet.
Mm-hmm.
And he rolls 13.
Nope, AC is 15. So I'm gonna like evasive footwork. I'm actually gonna use it, but I'm gonna fluff it up a little bit, and I'm gonna like jump over his blade,
cool.
And come down and kind of because his blade is going like as I'm standing it left to right, so I'm gonna kind of follow his blade, so he has a hard time adjusting. And 10.
And that'll not do it. So as you swing at him, he's like quicker than you would have expected after you miss, and he rolls an 18.
Yep.
And it's like he swings and takes one hand off of his sword and pulls a second weapon, like a little dagger, and like goes towards your midsection with it, and like stops right before it with like point out at him as he's like smiling at you, and then pulls back, puts the dagger back, and brings his sword back out and rolls actually a second time in a row because it's so quick, and gets a 9.
Nope. I forgot I have 2 attacks. Fuck. Dumb.
You have 2 attacks already?
I think so. I think it's level 2 I get it. Action Surge. At 2nd level, you can push yourself beyond normal limits and take 1 additional action. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna... So he just, like, pulled back with his dagger. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of readjust and go back in just for, like, a really quick jab and get a cocked roll and get a 13 again.
Still does not hit. So, and then he swings back at you and gets a 1. So, won't hit.
Negative Ghost Rider. What does it look like? What's he doing?
He's now like overhead swinging, like with both of his hands again. He's going down towards you, and
okay, I'm gonna like sidestep it to the left this time, and then swing kind of a sideways left to right into his side, and get a 19.
That'll do it.
And the damage on that is a 4. And then I'm gonna dance backwards after I hit him, out of his range, and do evasive, like actually use evasive footwork.
Okay.
Should I tell you my AC, or should you take, if you want to take an attack of opportunity?
I will take an attack. 14.
All right, my AC was 22 on that.
Jesus.
So I dance back and avoid it with my evasive footwork, and then I pull a hand axe out and throw it at him.
Is this your action surge, or is it just your turn?
This is action surge.
Okay. If anyone's watching this, I was asking, I guess, if anyone's watching this.
I'm probably cooking.
I'm watching. As soon as I stopped talking to Bia, I started watching them.
Okay, as you're both watching, the quickness, his movements are, you can tell already getting faster, but this is on a completely other level. Like you've seen him move quickly with his feet, but this it's so fast. Like he is so much faster than like what you would think a normal person could move like, and it's incredible. It's almost like you can't see how fast he's going, just because like you weren't expecting him to go back out and back in so fast. After he dodges a movement, comes right back in and is just.
Well, I want to throw the axe. I don't want to be back in.
Then when he throws the axe, it looks like he's still going backwards when he throws the axe at him. And
so I want to like slash him and then dodge the move on the way back, and like kind of mid dodge, like it looks like I'm just going back to avoid it, and I pull it out with my left hand and fling it at him, and I get a 22 to hit.
Yeah, I'll do it.
So it's just gonna plant itself in the tree right next to his head, just like thump.
And so he looks back at it and is like just super impressed and just like, okay, I yield. Good match. And he like sheathes his sword, takes the axe out, hands it back to you.
Sheath. Good, like wrist to wrist handshake.
Yeah.
Like well fought.
Yeah. So right back at you. That was incredible. Wow. Are you a guard?
No, I've just been training to join the military recently, and been taking it really seriously the past couple of years, trying to improve myself.
I can tell. I've been a guard for a long time and been around for a couple cities, and you could do well in the guard if you're ever interested. I mean,
thank you.
Yeah, very well done.
Thank you. Thanks for sparring.
Of course, yeah.
I learned my quickness from this guy. He's so hard to hit, quick on his feet. I've had to watch him to. Yeah, you should see him in action. He's quick.
I run up and spank him on the butt and go, "Good fight."
Me?
Yeah.
Just kind of like turn around, and then he like.
Turn so fast,
just like that.
But I like turn around, and I can't get him, and just like, that guy's always getting me.
Are you two? Is that your brother?
No, we just met. Yep,
we're half brothers.
Green cap crew.
Green cap crew. We just met. Our dad recently introduced us to our moms, who are different. We're brothers from other mothers.
We are brothers from other mothers.
Go ahead and roll deception.
Me or him or both.
I mean, I guess if you're saying then
it's really half-assed.
Your comments were
really
helping,
half-assed.
So
I don't think there's advantage.
9.
Okay. He rolled an 8. So, oh wow. Okay. I guess you're probably still getting used to calling him.
Thank God I rolled a 12, so I didn't believe it.
Oh God, you should know enough to not believe it.
Well, great. I appreciate the spar. It's always good to, wet the whistle of swords.
Yeah. So what was Avalon like? None of us have been out there.
Avalon is insane. It's a crazy place. It's nice enough, good people every once in a while, but I mean, it kind of reminds me a little bit of Leodris. A little bit. It's just a big city. You know how it can be. It's people. They walk past you and it's like they're never going to see you again, so they don't necessarily treat you very well. But but it's not everybody there. I don't want to paint them all red, but no offense. And he looks over his dragonborn.
Is she from Avalon?
No, she's red.
Oh, she's red. Anything abnormal going on, or anything we should tread lightly around out there?
In Avalon, I mean, nothing out of the ordinary that I know of, at least. I mean, what are you all going there for?
We got a bunch of kind of a checklist of stuff we're trying to get done. We're trying to find this cool pen. I know there's somebody out there who's a duelist that I want to kind of try myself against, but we got a bunch of stuff we're trying to check off the old list.
Right on. Yeah. I think. Yeah, there's nothing too insane. I mean, adventurers, I guess, as he puts in quotes, like us, the Sound Guardians. I'm still not okay with that name.
I understand. We're the Green Cap Crew, so.
The Green Hat Crew? And
Green Cap Crew.
Oh, Green Cap Crew.
We've got matching hats, though, and I pull it out and put it on.
He just stares at you.
Yeah, I know. Do you want one? Well, if you ever join us, I've got extra. Let me know.
Yeah, I met these fellows here, and they're nice enough crew, and
Yeah.
hired me on for a job once, and I liked them, and they wanted to offer me a job, and I have been meaning to get out of Avalon. I'm trying to travel a little bit more, so it was a good enough crew to go with, and hey, they have good music, so
Cool. Sound like good folk.
yeah. And so as the night gets a little bit lower, I think you make a delicious stew for everybody, and Bia's there listening and helping. Have you put your cards away?
Probably I put them away when we were done playing.
I
Balin,
think
did
there's
you
still a
put your
dog
card away.
Oh no, there's still a dog card out. I didn't make him put it away.
He's
Yeah,
playing with Big Boy all day.
My dog porn? What? Dog card?
Dog porn. Oh no.
My dog card has been away for a while.
Oh, okay.
As the night goes down, they're a good crew. They play some music for you. They have Katagar's actually the singer. He's got a pretty good voice. Bia on the lute. Leon actually has like a violin. Ott on the drums, and then Bennett's there just listening with you all. They play a couple of tunes for you just to say their appreciation for fire with you, and pretty much go down for bed after that. Bennett is on guard first for them.
Hey, I like these guys, but I feel like we should probably stay on guard. One of us should be up with one of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who wants to take first?
I can.
I
take
will.
First.
Okay, yeah, you got it.
I don't care. You can go.
No, I don't care either.
Okay, I'll go.
I'm going to bed.
And so Bennett's out first watch. Him being a human, he had a torch lit, so he's not. It seems like some people. I think when just Leon goes in an actual cart, but the rest of them are just kind of used to there being a light going while they sleep, because Bennett is their main guard, although he also sleeps obviously, but he can't see in the dark, so he keeps a torch lit when he's on watch.
I'm crocheting.
I dig my little burrow and kind of climb into it.
Do you take out Tidrin at all, or do they see him?
No, I keep him in my. I whispered when they were coming up. I whispered to him, kind of like, just stay hidden for now.
Do you make any small talk with Bennett?
No.
He doesn't make any small talk. Okay, go ahead and roll perception.
Is it at disadvantage? Because I don't have dark vision either.
He's got a torch, so
it's regular?
You can see what you got.
It was perception?
Yeah.
10.
Okay. You don't hear much throughout the night. The light is helping you see a little bit. I think you're fairly into your crocheting. How far do you get on your crochet in your first couple hours of watch?
I would say I'm doing a simple pattern, so about halfway there.
Okay. Sounds good.
I'm doing my meditating, praying, whatever, while I crochet.
Cool. Yep, and nothing happens on your watch, and Bennett goes and wakes up Katagar.
And I will wake up somebody.
Who are you waking up?
It will be Vargo.
I'm so grumpy.
I forgot your name for a really
Oh
time.
my god.
I'm sorry.
Indra or Sachi?
Sachi. It's hard.
Hey, you there, human.
I'm a half elf.
Okay.
I don't see
Yikes.
race.
I don't see race. Go ahead and roll perception there, Vargo.
Very high. 20 dirty.
Okay, Katagar also keeps out a torch, so I don't know if you have dark vision or not, but you do.
Didn't Katagar start?
No, Bennett started. Or if I said Katagar, I meant Bennett.
I thought Bennett went into the cart because it was.
Leon.
Oh no, you said Leon. Okay, yeah. Cool.
Katagar talks your ear off, like the whole time is talking at you.
Katagar, dude.
Super excited to talk to you, and isn't really paying attention to anything, but very excited to talk to a new person.
I think during the day I would have been happy, but like at night I'm just like, bro.
And feel free, like you're paying really close attention to the evening and making sure that everything's safe. So
I think I have
you
disadvantage because of Katagar.
what I would say is that I'll let you choose. He told you over the couple hours that he was on watch with you, maybe 3 full stories. I'll let you remember one of them,
Okay.
and you can make up what it is someday if you want to ever tell it.
Okay. Sounds good.
About the Sound Guardians and their
Yeah.
adventures.
All right. Beautiful.
He also, though, mentions before you change over, he does tell you one thing that sticks in your mind, saying how he heard. Actually, I'll RP this. So yeah, and then I can't believe it. And Bia just made it out just in time. It was insane, man. It was crazy. It was so crazy. I can't believe we made it out of there alive. And Bia was it. If she wasn't a Dragonborn, I swear she would have been coming out on fire. But yeah, I think our next idea. We've heard a couple of things. You know, we travel around a lot, but we have heard of this really cool thing where apparently it's like a dress, or I'm not exactly sure what it was, but they said something like a dress that, like, when someone wears it, then the person who's wearing it, their voice projects a lot louder. And
I could see why you'd be interested in that.
I know it would be perfect for if I was trying to be in a
To talk someone's, like, tell everyone your stories?
well, yes, but that's not what I was thinking. I was thinking more is our troupe, you know, if we go into a theater and if the acoustics aren't very good, then if maybe I were wearing the dress, you know, me being the singer, then I could sing super loud and people would be able to hear me even in the back rows.
That'd be cool. Do you know where it is?
Well, I've only heard people talk about it around us. It wasn't like I knew much about it, but I think they said maybe Gazadon is where it was at. But I feel like it's perfect for us and not necessarily like, you know, like there's going to be a bunch of adventuring crews going out there to get it. But
Yeah.
So.
Sounds pretty cool.
All right, I think our watch is up though, man. I'm sorry I didn't really get to hear much from you.
No, you didn't, did you? That's okay.
Maybe
Maybe
another
next
time.
Yeah.
Then he goes and wakes up Leon.
Hey, does Bia ever do watches?
As he's like walking over there, he's like, "Yeah, Bia does watches. It's just not her turn."
Oh, right. Well, I tried. I wake up Alistair.
Okay. I wake up and I see that it's not Bia as my phone.
I'm just gonna be like,
wake up, Taylor.
Dang it. I think the first thing I see is his look of disappointment. I'm just like, I tried, bro. They just said it's not her turn. I'm sorry.
All good, man. Good looking out.
Go ahead
and who else? It's
Leon, the gentleman who you probably haven't even heard a single word from this whole time.
Okay. So, I mean, it's a big camp, so I don't necessarily have to sit right next to him. But
no.
So I'm gonna kind of go up to him and be like, "Hey, I haven't really talked to you much, but I'm Alistair.
Leon.
Nice to meet you. So what instrument do you play?"
I play this right here, and he like shows you, and he's already played it for you like throughout the night, and so he's just kind of like looks awkward, but it's a violin, and
it's a violin.
Yeah, I was the one in the back, you know.
Very cool. So where did you all meet?
Well, I met Katagar a long time ago, back in Tel Aviv, and he's got an amazing voice, and I just couldn't pass up a chance to join up with someone who was looking for a violinist.
It's pretty cool. I mean, you don't see too many violinists out and around.
Yeah, him and I were the beginning of Sound Guardians, but he's a good compliment to me.
Yeah, absolutely. So is Leon's also human?
Yeah, he's a big dude though. He's very burly, and he's the large, quiet type.
I've heard of those types before. Okay, well, I don't want to bother you, but if you need anything, I'll be over here. And I kind of like move myself to another area of the edge of the camp so that he can kind of have his space. And since I don't have torches, Well, I mean, there's plenty of torches, so I guess I'll just grab one and kind of use it the same way they're using it.
Sounds good. Go ahead and roll perception.
16.
Fairly quiet night for the most part. I think that you hear. You're not using Tiergen at all, right?
No.
Tidrin, sorry.
No.
So yeah, I think you hear like the animals a little bit more. You hear lots of birds that are going by. You're in the morning time almost, and so it's just like the morning birds that are waking up and back and forth. But fairly flat at the moment, and so you don't see much going on throughout the night. But gets through fairly simple. And the morning sun rises during your watch, and everyone awakens. As everybody wakes up, Katagar kind of comes over to everyone and is like, "Oh, well, should we treat you to breakfast then, since you treated us to dinner there, Indra?"
Okay.
And he like goes over to Bia and starts to help them make breakfast. And Indra, you notice Ott over by themselves with their bongos laid out in front of them, and they are flipping cards.
Ott and who?
I go over to Ott.
Ott by themselves with like their drums out in front of them, and they're flipping cards to the drum. Oh, hello there.
Hi.
Do they appear to be her cards or just similar or?
I mean, they're not her cards. I mean, they're definitely different, but they're
Okay.
cards.
Um,
Good morning. How did you sleep?
good. Fine. How did you sleep?
Oh, I slept like a baby. I never have to worry, especially when big old Leon's on our back here. He's a good guy. He's always protective of us ladies, so I feel very safe with him around. He's a quiet man, but I love him.
What are you playing?
I'm not playing anything. I'm flipping my cards here. Have you ever seen cards like this? And she shows you. It's just like a card with the backs of them just have like a big like key hole, like a shadow of like a keyhole, and then like a white key in between. And it's just like, oh, these are my cards. They tell me how the day's gonna go. You want to come join me?
Yes. Do I need all my cards?
You have cards as well.
Yeah.
Do you have these ones?
No.
Well, come by. I mean, I'd love to see how you.
I don't know how to.
Oh, are they new cards?
Yes.
Oh, great. Well, come take a seat and you can check out how I do it.
But do I need them all?
No, not necessarily. I mean, I wasn't gonna use your cards. I was just gonna use mine and show.
Okay.
That's okay.
Okay.
I don't want to. Some people. I've been around a little bit. Again, as we travel around, I see people. Some like to keep to themselves. Some are more forthright. I think it kind of depends. Are your cards? What do I say? Are your cards future-telling cards, or are they cards of person, or cards of the past, or do you know?
My goddess gave me my cards.
Oh, it's church cards, I guess. I don't think I've ever heard of those before. That's amazing. What church do you follow?
My goddess is Ryu.
Ryu, the goddess of water?
No, she's the goddess, the tempest and
Ah, the
freedom.
Tempest. Right. The Tempest. Oh, well, come on, sit down. I mean, again, you can. I just want to show you a little bit about mine. Mine aren't connected to a god or goddess. They're just they tell me about people and they tell me about how the day is going to go. I usually flip one for each of us, and I was planning on flipping a couple for you all. And she kind of shuffles the deck up a little bit, and she flips one over. I would like you to make a D20 roll, and do you have a D2?
I do have a D2.
So
take
roll
me
both of those.
Is it a piece of paper?
It's like a coin.
I'll show it to you when I find it in this giant bag.
That's so cool. Why is it so basic and why do I still need it so much?
It came in that half pound of dice that I bought.
That's so good.
Really cool.
I'm so sad I don't have a D2.
One day you'll have a D2. What do I add to anything?
Don't add anything. Just roll.
I rolled a 1 and a 10.
A 1 and a 10. Okay.
Do I need to keep that out? Should I keep the D2 out?
Keep them both out.
Okay.
So I'd like to know what's going on, and so I think it really matters. Again, I don't know about your cards specifically, but my grandfather gave me these, and he kind of taught me how to use them. And what really matters with mine is which way it's facing. Do you see how there's a top to this one and the bottom? And you see the first card that they flipped over is like a wheel. It's like the wheel of a ship, like the big one with the wooden things all around it. There's obviously a top and a bottom because some of the things on there are facing upright. And so you see how this one's facing upright. That's going to mean something different than if I flipped it over and it was the other way around. You see how the backs are symmetrical, so you can't really tell. You flip them over. Yeah. So since it's upright, this one actually means that it's, that there's change in cycles and there's inevitable fate going to be happening. And it kind of depends on what kind of cards that go with it. So that's why I like to flip cards for each of my people, because they together sometimes tell me a story about what the day's going to be like. I know it may have been inevitable that I saw, oh my goodness, did you say you were Ryu? So this is perfect. Oh my goodness, this is telling me about the past. Okay, so we've never been down this road before because we usually take a different route, but we were told that there was a storm and it was inevitable that we met you. Oh my God, this is perfect. I love it when this happens. And she's like super excited about her cards, and she's like, oh my goodness. Okay, well, okay. I love it when this happens. It's the best when you can flip a card and you tell exactly what it means. So sometimes, I don't know, again, how much you've used your cards, but you never really know with them. Sometimes they tell you specifically, sometimes they're very vague. Usually when I get this card, which is fairly often actually, I just don't know what it means because it says, it means something of inevitable fate, right? And I don't necessarily know what fate it is, so kind of hard. But today I feel like it was you all. Oh, this is amazing. Oh, anyways.
Was it a storm on the other path?
Yeah, it was a storm up north, so we usually take the northern path from Avalon through Dire Break over the forest and a little bit west. But we decided to go south this time because there was storms to be dealt with up there, and we have been through our fair share of bad weather, traveling. But yeah, so okay, sorry, I got excited there. Upright means one thing, reversed means another. If it were flipped over, then it means that we don't have any control over anything, bad luck, and that we're trying to cling too much to control as opposed to letting things go. So, but this one is upright. So go ahead and roll another one as she flips another card.
A 15 and a 1.
Oh,
Who's it for?
This one I always do Khadgar next. So this is for Khadgar, and this one you see is, and you got a 1 or a 2?
1.
You see it's upright again, and you see 2 humanoid figures holding hands with like a little Eden's apple type of a thing and a snake around it. This one is the lover's meaning, and it just means partnerships, duality, and union. And I guess I'd like to say that we made some new friends on this trip, so it's awesome. And Khadgar is known for meeting new friends, so this is a perfect card, very fitting for him. And she flips another one.
11 and 1.
11. So this one's upright again, and this one's for Leon. And this one upright means the contemplation, search for truth, and inner guidance. So maybe something will happen to Leon today that makes him think about, what he's here for and why he's here and what he's doing it for.
What's the picture?
And it's a picture of it looks like a person on like a cliff looking out over the water with like clouds on it. And I'll show you just one more here. I don't want to bore you too much here. So I'll flip this last one here for Bia.
18 and 2.
This one is reversed. So you see how it's upside down. You see looks like a woman in like a forest with like a lion, but it's upside down. So this one's reversed. Reversed usually I tend to go towards the negative side for my cards, at least. This one means a little bit of self-doubt, weakness, and insecurity. So Bia might not be ready for a really good day going forward. But would you like me to flip one for you to finish it off?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll one last time.
A 1 and a 15.
And a 15. Roll the 15 again because you already rolled.
14.
This one it looks like an angel with 2 chalices that have like a rainbow going from one to the other. And this one means the middle path, patience, and finding meaning. What I would say, and you can take this how you want because obviously you know you better than I do, but maybe that you don't necessarily know why you're on a trip, but hopefully you can find some meaning in what you're doing, but you have to be patient to do so. So that's how I would take it. But it's up to you, really, because the cards are all based off of you, and especially if it's from your goddess, I feel like she probably has a divine hand and maybe helping you pick the right cards and the like. But
Thank you for teaching me.
yes, of course, it was, I guess, divine providence that we met. So it's wonderful to be able to make new friends.
I give her one of the rings that I got off of the people that we fought back in Sundabar.
Oh, that is too nice. And she tries to put it on, and it doesn't fit like her ring finger really, but it does fit her pinky finger. Thank you so much. That is so kind of you. I love making new. Unless y'all have anything else that you wanted to talk with them about, I would say that they probably end up packing up and say farewell. They head towards the west and south, and you all head towards the east and northern section. As a new day is ahead of you, we'll go ahead and call it.